Hello friends, this is Kevin aka K-Man1 coming at you with another episode of Super Mario World. In the last episode, we tackled the first half of the Chocolate Island area, and in this episode we're going to be finishing it up, and also tackling the one secret level for the area. So here we are in Chocolate Island 4, I think? 4, if memory serves. I'm probably not crazy, right? And anyways, the big gimmick for this level is these weird vegetable-looking platforms that have never made an appearance before in this game, and they expect us to just kind of accept as being part of the Mario universe. But I mean, hey, what you gonna do? Alright, and over here, if you have all the Switch Palaces, then you can get 3 super easy 1-ups. And if you don't have the Switch Palaces, then you can still get 1-ups, they just won't be quite as straightforward for you. And these are, I think, called Mega Moles, but they're basically just big Monty Moles, but they can't really be killed. You just kind of stand on their head if you try to jump on them. Which is A-O fine, because murder is not something I engage in regularly. And I meant to grab the goalpost there, but I failed. Because I'm bad. Yeah. Incidentally, we're past the point in this area where there are really any, like, other secret exits that need to be addressed. So, I mean, you know, no need to really worry about that if you are using this as some manner of guide to play along. And so this area is kind of different in that the whole thing is made a lot more difficult if you're bold enough as to try using that P-switch, but I'm feeling kind of lazy right now, so let's not overcomplicate things. And here we are at the halfway point, and we've got some moving pipes to take care of, but nothing I can't handle, as it were. And so these platforms are going to be changing the direction they work, but I messed that jump up, and so I had to forsake Yoshi. But it's okay, because we're not even going to be able to use him in the castle to begin with. So I guess worth? Question mark? I don't know. Let's just go ahead and take on castle number 6. Hard to believe we're already this far in the game. I know, it feels like it's barely been, like, any time at all. And so, I don't know if this is our first introduction to these. It probably isn't, but basically, anything that's giant and looks like it's made of metal probably has the properties of dye, so definitely something to avoid. Alright. And just working our way through. You kind of gotta look ahead and see where all the spikes are. And if you can keep good track of everything, then you shouldn't have much of a problem with... I say as soon as I stop paying attention to my... Shut up. Alright, and however many million tries later, we're pretty much back to where we were before I so embarrassingly died. And getting past it honestly isn't that tough. I'm just bad at the game, but we knew that already. Anyways, here is kind of a crazy area where basically once you get the timing, you just need to run straight through. And I really want to get this timing right so I can show it off, but I messed up, so I have to take a hit there. But no worries, because there's the little halfway goalpost. And so here is an area with lots of hotheads and mini hotheads, and basically we're just trying to beat the clock on these moving platforms in order to avoid getting crushed. Pretty straightforward stuff, and I don't know if I've specifically shown it, but getting crushed is instant death, even if you do have a power-up. So definitely not something you're going to be wanting to do. I'm dead. Alright, and back to where we were before I was so rudely interrupted by my own demise. The big thing is, yeah, you're just going to want to avoid getting crushed at all costs. And by at all costs, I mean, well, still preserving your life generally. Got it. I'm the best. Alright, and back at the boss arena. This is the fight with Wendy Koopa, and she's basically just a reskin of the fight in Castle 3, except everything's kind of flattened out, and, yeah, that's pretty much all it is. It's just the pipes are flat instead of having, like, different levels to them. I think there might be a couple more pipes, but really, it's the exact same fight. And like I've said before, none of the Koopaling fights are particularly difficult, but I guess we're not really playing fights for the challenge or something. I don't know. You would expect boss battles to be difficult, but for the most part, they really aren't. At least in this game. In some games, they are like really ridiculously hard. Oh, this is one of my favorite castle destruction scenes. He just wipes it away. Yep. Wendy O. Koopa in Castle Number 6 has sung her last song. Mario must meet the challenge that is now before him. There is a sunken ship that appears to be a gateway to the Valley of Bowser. Ooh, sounds spooky. And I mean, spooky ghosts are, you know, you gotta be ready or else you'll get spooked. And we're not gonna be saving. Or at least I hope that didn't save, but sometimes B is counted as A. Anyways, we're gonna be tackling the secret exit, which is what I promised. And there's only one secret level for this area, and it is Chocolate Secret. I could really go for some secret chocolate right now. And so, fun fact about that enemy, its official name is actually Blarg. Yeah, it's just Blarg, with 2 G's, no less. So, yeah. If ever you feel like you're like a writer and you're bad at naming characters, just know there is literally a Mario enemy whose official name is Blarg. Yeah, I'll see you back right there. Alright, and we're back with the charge and chucks. And something you can do to really just rustle there, Jimmies, is take full advantage of the buzzy beetle shells nearby. And really, that hit me. Really, game. Really. Oh, this game is so unrealistic. Anyways, this is just kind of a little shortcut within the level, but it comes at a danger zone with falling platforms and hammer rows, and yeah, just generally not particularly fun stuff. Anyways, if you jump on a football, you can get to the goal post here very easily. And, okay, this area, it's like, I know you can use it to get, like, at least one up, but I've never been able to work for me, so, and I get it to work immediately as I complain about it never working. So, the moral of the story is, complain more and all your problems will be solved for you. Really? Really right now? This game is so unrealistic. Alright, I feel like I've cut more in this level alone than in pretty much like the rest of the series. But, I mean, what you gonna do? Sometimes when you're bad at the game and you get to actually somewhat difficult levels, you just gotta make do with what you got. So, a bunch of spike tops here and platforms that will fall into the lava, and so you basically just gotta run as fast as you can and barely make it. Charge and chuck over here, but not a problem. Gonna go ahead and grab this mushroom. Bunch of charge and chucks, actually. Speaking of charge and chucks, I mentioned briefly when I specifically stated their name before, but something I didn't realize is that they actually do make appearances in later Mario games, like the Super Mario 3D Land, I think, the 3D World, maybe, the one for the Wii U. There are enemies that, even if they aren't like charge and chuck specifically, they're at least designed and look almost exactly like charge and chucks. Anyways, for the secret level, you basically just get a fast track to the castle, which is very nice. You can basically go from the third level in the area straight to the castle. And since I feel like the video is pretty short right now, once I cut out all the stuff that I didn't commentate over, let's just go ahead and take on the sunken ghost ship. And in case you didn't think such a thing was possible, they combined ghost houses and water levels, the two most annoying levels in the game, in my opinion at least. But for the most part, this isn't too bad as far as difficulty is concerned, but we'll kind of get into why. Yeah, this is why it's annoying. The boos just kind of randomly spawn wherever they want to, and they can damage you if you touch them. So they give you like half a second's notice, so you've got to be playing this very, very reactively, like hand on the trigger right now. And something I learned through just like random button pressing a while ago is that if you hold down and then press B while you're in the water, you'll kind of just gently float upward rather than the normal fast ascension that you get through mashing B. So that's just something to keep in mind if you feel like diversifying your gameplay, which is something I recommend doing because, you know, gotta vary your tactics every now and again. But yeah, that's just something I learned recently by just randomly messing around with the controls. And I was just like, oh, hey, that's cool and probably useful in more than a handful of circumstances. Anyways, here you get a falling star, and you can rack up a pretty huge combo here as far as 1-ups go. If you keep grabbing stars, and they will keep spawning for you. And if you have a cape, this is well, it's like half easier and half like way more difficult. But pretty much all there is to it is you fall, and then you grab the little question mark thingy, and the level is clear. And what do we get for unlocking the secret of the sunken ghost ship? An earthquake! And the entrance to the Valley of Bowser, which we'll start tackling in the next episode. See you guys then.